At the sidelines of the 80th United Nations General Assembly, Nigeria's Minister of Health, Ali Pate, says the country is making progress in reducing maternal mortality, reaffirming that women's health remains a top priority for President Tinubu's administration.
Maternal mortality certainly is a high priority of our administration. And over the last 2 years in this administration, we've seen dramatic increase in access to antenatal care, making emergency obstetric services free for women who attend empaneled facilities, and thousands of women have had cesarean section reimbursed, taking away the affordability challenge. So the quality of obstetric services doesn't become the decider, or the affordability doesn't become the decider of whether a woman lives or dies. And with that, we are seeing maternal mortality risks go down significantly. In addition, harnessing the power of women requires them to also have access to reproductive health services at the quality that they need, attending to women's health issues.
Well, to provide insights into Nigeria's ambition for a UN Security Council seat at the ongoing UN General Assembly and shed more light on the recent withdrawal of military-led West African states, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, from the International Criminal Court, ICC, we have Professor Anthony Agbazuere. He's an international human rights and constitutional lawyer. Thank you very much for joining us on News Night.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so ONGA is ongoing right now, and African countries are looking for a place at the table where serious conversations are had over the destinies of nations, especially countries like Nigeria, seeking a permanent seat on the Security Council. Let's talk about that. And I mean, in terms of criteria, does Nigeria fit the bill in terms of what it takes to be a permanent member of the Security Council? Is it just about the population? Because I hear people say, look, Nigeria is huge, 230, 250 million, population, the largest black nation on earth, and all of that. Is that what it takes? Is that enough?
Well, that is part of it. It's,
Right.
is quite important that, in fact, I will start by saying that the sitting of the United Nations ab initio from the beginning, in fact, is faulty. They came up with 5 permanent members and agreed that just one of them, whatever United Nations, all the other countries of the world, after a decision, if one of them, of those 5 permanent members, disagrees, it goes to nothing. It is wrong. It is the height of inequality. And they have to look at that again. And countries like Nigeria, in Africa, Nigeria is, no matter how anybody looks at it, given our population and every other thing, Nigeria, in fact, Africa deserves 2 permanent seats at the United Nations. But let them start, even if it's with 1. So I think that is my position. It is the right call to make at a time like this. It's affecting virtually everything.
In what way?
Yes, even if you look at the International Criminal Court, they are not even doing so well because even the membership is not automatic. It's if you want to belong. America is not a member of the ICC, International Criminal Court. Russia is not a member. Israel is not a member. If there's even any decision about going to arrest anybody, they can overrule you. This is not the way to go.
All right. Before we delve into the ICC conversation, let's stay a bit on the permanent member states clamor from Nigeria and other African countries. Given that the situation has been like this for 80 years, there's been clamor. There was even a committee of 10 African countries set up some years back to push for this collectively, and we are still asking for the same thing. Are there any signs, in your own opinion, that this hunger at 80 will be the turning point? Are you, optimistic at all that that will change? I mean, I like the fact that you said we need to start from 1 before you go to 2, but are you convinced that anything will change anytime soon?
No, I don't see them achieving it right at this particular meeting. But let them begin to take steps. These things have to do with diplomacy. You see, it's a game of going to convince others, and...
For 80 years, it's been the same.
Of course. It is better late than never. And again, it depends on who is in charge, who is handling it. We may have, made all our mistakes. We may have, been ignored all this long. But right now, I expect that we should be able to begin to, move into other countries. You negotiate with them. You let them know it is diplomacy. Get them to understand the need. And of course, like I was saying earlier, that situation is very, very wrong, where there are those who are more equal than others.
Like Animal Farm.
Yes, that is what is playing out. If there is you recall a few days ago, United Nations came up with a resolution. US, vetoed it, and that was it.
Yeah.
Things like that shouldn't be. And then they have to bring in other people. It must not be the 5 permanent members alone. No, it is very wrong.
Russia, UK, France,
Yes.
China is there, the United States, and yeah. Okay, so let's move to the issue of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. We're withdrawing from the ICC. According to them, they are saying that the ICC represents neo-colonial repression. They've also accused the judicial body of selective justice. Would you say that their position is justified? Is it valid?
I can tell you very late.
And like you said, I mean,
Yes.
the US is not a member of the ICC.
They are not.
Israel is not there.
No, Russia is not there.
Russia is not there.
Yes.
So who are they there for?
And the greatest problem is that unless you're a member, ICC will not have jurisdiction over you.
There you go.
So that is a problem. And again, the jurisdiction of the ICC, International Criminal Court, has to do with just 4 areas: genocide, crimes against humanity,
War crimes,
crimes against humanity, war crimes, and crimes of aggression.
Yeah.
Only 4 of them. Now, but it will not have any effect. They can't even come to you, no matter what you do, unless you are a member. The ICC Rome Statute was adopted in 1998, but it came into force in 2002. But all these years, these other big shots have not seen any need to become signatories and then ratify it. And again, it's also important I tell you, that is because what Mali, Burkina Faso, Chad, what they're doing is not too wrong. Because even in Nigeria, Section 12 of our Constitution, 1999, says that treaties cannot come into force in Nigeria unless ratified by the National Assembly and, of course, the House of Assemblies, as if they are amending a constitution, that type of situation. So, in these other countries, their cries are not something that anybody would begin to say they are not right. Because 90% of all those who have been indicted or arrested by the ICC are Africans.
Okay.
People like William Ruto, Omar, this is of Sudan, then Muammar Gaddafi of Libya,
Al-Bashir of Sudan, yeah.
Uhuru Kenyatta of Kenya, Laurent Gbagbo of Ivory Coast, and even the wife, Simeone Gbagbo. So now look at even what they were talking about, the Israeli president, and so, or even the Russian president. They just talk, they can't arrest them.
Okay.
That's the problem. So anybody hearing that these other countries of Africa are opposed to it, they are right. If the United Nations and even ICC, of course, ICC is even incapacitated. In 2018, I was invited to the International Criminal Court, and I sat as a judge in their moot court. Okay? So, and even the president then, Ebo Osuji, then a Nigerian, is now a Japanese, and is now president. He was so excited the way I performed. We took pictures, he took me to his office. But the point is this, I told him, you people are incapacitated.
Okay, great.
Take steps for United Nations to help you.
I need to ask you,
Yes.
because, and before I do that, just to clarify for our viewers who do not understand, the ICC is the global court that examines potentially criminal conduct of individuals, as against the ICJ, which deals with countries. The ICC deals with individuals. Beyond this reason that they have given of neo-colonial oppression and punishing only developing countries, is that motivation enough for countries to withdraw from the ICC? And if that's so, would you say Nigeria should also withdraw from there?
It is a decision that we have a president, we have the National Assembly. It's for them to so do. More so, of all these people who have also been arrested or indicted, we've not seen many Nigerians, suffer that, but many people from Kenya, some other countries, and so on. Now, ordinarily, the ICJ handles more of civil matters. This is a criminal court, per se. And if you see that there is segregation, if you see that it's only your people that are being put to jail, you know they are targeting you. And don't forget that I said it earlier, it is not automatic that you're a country in the world. It's not automatic that you become, even the United Nations is weak because they are being vetoed. So these are things that we must come back to the table and look at everything. Redraw these, like the ICC Rome treaty is like an agreement. Unless you sign into it, it's not binding on you. You're not part of it.
What happened to Russia?
Yes.
They didn't sign it. And as we wrap up very quickly, so you would say there are no benefits at all for being members of signing that treaty or being part of it?
For me, I would even, I have already started writing, on that. And I've also been talking to some other people. My idea is that all countries of the world should belong to the United Nations. This issue of security, permanent members of the Security Council should be waived.
Should not arise.
Everybody should be equal.
Right.
And at the ICC, all countries should be part of it. That's the only way we will be able to checkmate, the excesses of certain people. Unless that is done, then there's a problem.
Okay.
Professor Agbazuere, wish we had enough time to even talk about the fate of global bodies like the UN, the WHO, ECOWAS, ICC, and the rest of them. I'm sure you listened to Donald Trump today, the kind of tongue lashing that he gave the UN. You would feel sorry for the world leaders who are actually sitting there and listening to him. Thank you very much, Professor. Anthony Agbazuere is international human rights and constitutional lawyer joining us tonight on Newsnight. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you.